Welcome to the Dennis Report Commentary. I'm Dennis Atchison. The St. John water deal. Too little for so much? In February of 2016, the little city of St. John signed what media described as a $216 million water deal with a consortium of 8 companies called Port City Water Partners. Half of the money will come from governments. One of the members of the consortium is Brookfield Financial Securities LP. They buy public utilities and infrastructure, privatize them, and then capitalize on the investment. This process makes them a lot of money. Both media and politicians portrayed this as a happy story, but is media reporting the whole story? Consider this. Here is this from The Atlantic magazine in March of 2016. Headline was, "A maverick investor is buying up water rights. Will he rescue a region or just end up hurting the poor?" Quote from the story, "Rising demand and shrinking supply virtually guarantee that water's value will increase. Anticipating that day, Disk Dean Jr. is racing to buy up as much of it as he can. He ran models calculating the past performance of companies whose businesses were tied up to water pipe manufacturers, treatment facilities, utilities, and found that they beat regular Wall Street indices. Today, Water Asset Management, a hedge fund created by Dean and his partners, runs funds worth more than $500 million. It trades stocks of companies that manufacture pipes, pumps, and water meters. It bought and later sold a municipal water supplier. Some opponents of water markets worry that when water is sold to the highest bidder, the poor could be priced out of an essential resource. Here's a quote from that story. "It's a slippery slope," says Mitch Jones, a senior policy advocate at Food and Water Watch, which has studied the effects of water privatization and commercialization. Quote, "You are setting up a system where ability to pay, wealth, is the determining factor in your ability to access water." Now here's another story. The new water barons. Wall Street megabanks are buying up the world's water. Global Research's Zhou Xingyang in 2012 explained, "A disturbing trend in the water sector is accelerating worldwide. The new water barons, the Wall Street banks, and elitist multi-billionaires are buying up water all over the world at an unprecedented pace." The elite multinational and Wall Street banks and investment banks have been preparing and waiting for this golden moment for years. Water is the next oil, they say. Why should we, in this case St. John, New Brunswick, sell water, water rights, and infrastructure at a time when big banks and hedge funds are so thirsty to buy? Why did our media not report this? Quote, "Facing offers of millions from cash from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, UBS, and other elite banks for their utilities and other infrastructure and municipal services, cities and states, and in Canada's case, provinces, will find it extremely difficult to refuse these privatization offers." To bring this home now, Brookfield Financial Securities LP used the same strategy as Goldman Sachs AL. Brookfield Financial is owned by Brookfield Asset Management. Chairman of the board for Brookfield Asset Management is Frank McKenna, former Premier of New Brunswick. The agreement details Brookfield can sell these assets 1 year after they are built. So the question emerges, did St. John sell its water and infrastructure to capitalist interests for 50 cents on the dollar, hand over control for 33 years, and allow the whole thing to be sold at a private sector profit 1 year after completion? For the Dennis Report, I'm Dennis Atchison. Be good, have fun, and love each other.